It's a very exciting day today. It's grouting day. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare a few rows. I don't want to move any furniture and make a noise right now because the baby is asleep upstairs. So I'm going to prepare and clean a few rows that I can do without moving any furniture, and then I will get started on those. So me and Mauro actually filmed this video several times, not the grouting video, I haven't done that several times, the plans for 2024 video, and we tried to film it just sitting down and talking to you like our normal chatty videos, and it just didn't really work because we realised as we were talking through it that we just found it really hard to set or agree on any of the things that we wanted to do in 2024, and we ended up just having a bit of a what felt like a rubbish video where nothing really came of it. So we went away and we kind of talk through why we were having so much trouble making this video and setting these plans. We don't want to plan to do too much and then feel bad if we don't do it, but we also do need to have some kind of goals or direction to know what we're working on here. We both had long lists of things that we thought were really important and seemed like priorities, but as soon as we started talking about them and setting them all down, we realised that the chances of any of those things or even half of those things happening was pretty unlikely. So is 2024 going to be the year where we have no goals and no projects? Before I could carry on with the grouting, I had to finish tiling around the little plinth where the stove sits. Quite hard to do because this was the first tiling job Mauro did, and let's just say he's got a lot better at it since then. Would you agree?
What?
That you've got better at tiling?
Yeah, that's... Yes.
Yes. There we go. Yep.
You would be a very good lawyer.
Do you admit your mistakes?
I haven't said what my mistake was yet.
Okay, I'll tell everyone then. Well, no, it's fine. The main issue is just that there's like a big overhang of the tiles like on the top bit, which I'm trying to like join up with, so there's a lot of space to fill, so I'm kind of putting on a lot of tiling adhesive to try and fill that space. I think it's going to work fine though. Yeah, so if you're wondering why I was putting so much material on, that's why. Well, here we go, this is how it turned out. I think it looks pretty neat, I'm pretty happy with it. I think we kind of saved the situation with the gaps around the edges, and it's all nice and ready for grouting around now. Good morning, we're going to try and finish the grouting today, but first of all we need to move all of the furniture from this side of the room to the other side of the room. Okay, what should we do? Move the table? move the sofa in front of everything there. Should I tell people about our Christmas present to ourselves?
We bought this. There was in the New Year in Spain. You have sales, so we found this Dyson vacuum cleaner on sale because they're quite expensive, but on the sale they were a bit more reasonable. Unfortunately, Dyson is not the sponsor of this video, but we knew they were really good just from reputation and technology-wise, and they are. Like, we're really happy with it. It's super lightweight, super powerful. Like, the features that it has, they're like really well thought out. Like, it's like super well designed device.
We love our Hoover.
Yeah, it's really good. And compared to our old one, which was like, as I said, like the school janitor, I think the main thing for us was the filter. Like, on the other one, the filter got stuck all the time, and like changing it and emptying it and like making it recover its sucking power was really hard. And this is just push a button, empty it, close it, and it's done. Yeah. It's kind of like a Ghostbusters type thing. It's really cool.
You know we're old when we get really excited about our new vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, and you're lucky I didn't buy the one with the laser. That just shows you where the dirt is.
Oh my god. So I did want to tell you yesterday, as I was grouting, about some of our plans for the new year and chat to you about that while I was working, but Santi was asleep upstairs pretty much the whole time and I couldn't really talk in a loud voice to the camera, so we'll try that again today. So as I was saying yesterday, it was really hard to come up with a list of things that we wanted to do this year. I mean, there's loads of stuff we want to do, but we just feel like we're setting ourselves up for failure if we make a big list of plans. So we came up instead with some themes where everything that we do, basically, this year, should fit into one of these themes. And that way we'll feel good about anything we do, no matter how big or small it is, as long as it's working towards one of these principles rather than specific projects. So our first kind of principle was that anything we do should be aimed at making life easier and more ergonomical here. So it could be something as small as what I did the other day, which was hang up some scissors near the donkey enclosure so that I can easily have some scissors to open straw bales or hay bales rather than need to come up to the house, get a knife, get scissors, come back down again. Little things like that are always going to make our life so much easier, so we're looking for opportunities where we can do that and just make everything that we do a bit more streamlined and a bit more comfortable and just less work, basically. Story about the pencils. Yeah. Mauro's got a story about pencils.
No, just recently I saw a video of a carpenter, I think on Instagram, that he loses his carpenter's pencils all the time. So what he did was he bought 100 of them and just even cut them in half, so he had double, and then just put them everywhere, every single tool bag, drawer, everywhere. Yeah, I just love that idea of just like going all out into making your life easier, even if it sounds a bit ridiculous. Like, obviously we're not gonna buy 100 scissors, but but there are some tools or some things that we could sort of like use that duplicate idea. Yeah, just duplicate just for the sake of just making your life easier, because there are some times where it's really annoying to go from one side of the land to the other just for that one thing, and then you have to bring it back, and then you know that next time you're gonna have to do it again. So yeah.
This actually reminds me of a book that I read years ago called The Lean Farm, which was really about this idea of like making your life as easy as possible by duplicating tools. It had like the idea of having like a trolley with tools on in every kind of corner of the farm. I mean, this was talking about a big commercial farm, so they would have invested in like a lot of tools and had this trolley like available everywhere. But the idea is the same, just figuring out what parts of your day feel annoying or you just don't like doing for whatever reason, and trying to figure out how can I make that easier. Is there anything like cheap and easy I can buy or do to like make that job a little bit easier and more streamlined? So a few things that we might end up doing along those lines are to do with like the animals, making things easier to clean, making it easier to deal with some of our rubbish and waste and stuff like that, making it easier to find and store tools and materials for sure, having somewhere easy where you know you can just go and put this thing when you've bought it or replenished it. And I'm sure we'll come up with dozens more little things like that throughout the year. Okay, so I've got quite a big section of floor cleaned and cleared thanks to Mauro, which I will try and crack on with. If I can get all of this done, then that just leaves this little corner over here once we move all of that stuff. And I will have basically 3/4 of the room done, I think, so let's get cracking. This is the first time I've really done grouting because Mauro did all of the upstairs room, and I really love it. It's a lot of fun and it's really satisfying, and yeah, just a really nice job. So we've just had a little break to go on a little dog walk / nap. Dog walks are where the best naps happen. We've just got back, so I thought I would just take the moment to tell you about our next theme. So our next theme is finishing and fixing things. Trying to work out where the light's gonna work. Here? Finishing and fixing things. So yeah, if there's ever a choice between starting a new project and just finishing or fixing something that needs finishing or fixing, we'll always try and choose that option. Even if that particular thing is working fine for us, I think it's more just a peace of mind, mental health type decision that we just want to stop seeing things half finished, even if they work. So things like finishing the wood store, putting the roof on, maybe finishing cobbing and plastering the inside of the stable, anything unfinished in the house, so the grouting for example, and loads of other things. There's still some pantry shelves that I need to varnish. None of these things are urgent or really matter that they're not done or not finished, otherwise you would have done them if they were really causing us a problem. But they're just things that pile up at the back of your mind. You sort of have this ongoing list in the back of your mind all the time of things that are not finished, and you see them as well every day, and that sort of reminds you that they're not finished. So I think just to get rid of that list and clear it and have a bit more like mental space, we really want to finish a lot of stuff like that. Okay, here we go. We are so close, done all the way around here. Just got this corner to do under that pile of stuff. I've got this little area by the door to do, and I'm going to have to go over and give everything another clean. I've done one clean, but you still get a bit of like a layer of dusty grouting stuff left over it, so I'm going to have to go over it again with more clean water, but it's looking really good. And it is 2 o'clock now, so we're going to stop, have some lunch, and I really hope I can finish this afternoon. Another massive theme that we've got is tidying up, cleaning, and aesthetics in general. So tidying up and cleaning stuff away, putting stuff in its proper place, working on storage, stuff like that. Everything is a complete mess at the moment. It's been months and months that we feel like we've been living in a building site, and it's really been getting us down for a long time. We do keep trying to make a bit of a dent on it, but we've got so many open-ended projects that stuff just accumulates again, and yeah, it's just not nice to live in amongst all of that. We would absolutely love to work on the outside of the house a bit more, make like a patio area out here, put like a trellis thing and grow some grapes or kiwis or just some like shade plants out here, have some really nice seating, We'd love to tidy up the area near Mauro's pizza stove, put some nice seating out there, work on the shed, make the shed functional. I tidied up this area and got rid of a load of junk last year, and it's kind of filled again with our junk this time. So re-tidying up that area, making it a bit more functional and beautiful would be really nice. I don't know what of those things we'll actually be able to do, but anything that we can do along those lines of making things look nicer and more attractive would be really good. Okay, so the grouting is finished. I'm just going to move some furniture back into place and just giving all the tools a really good clean, because we probably won't be grouting again for some time, which is nice but also sad, so I kind of enjoyed it. Mauro has suggested that it would be nice to see slightly fewer buckets outside the front of the house, so we're going to clean all the buckets and move them somewhere else and try and tidy up a bit out here as well. And then I think we'll just light a fire and cook some dinner, and we're one step closer to being totally done in the living room, which is really exciting. Where do you want this? Like, just like here?
That's right. Let's take the opportunity and
Was it like a good fire actually? So a note about the edging, because the walls are very wonky, and we made a decision not to kill ourselves trying to cut the tiles perfectly and get them right up to the edge, because it just would have been really hard. So we have grouted up until the edge, and I know it looks pretty bad here because we haven't painted the wall yet, but look what we've done over here. And move all of this stuff out of the way. Here's an example of where we've done some pretty rough cuts on the tiles. We've grouted all the way up to the wonky edge, and then I just kind of painted up to a centimetre or so of grouting, and it actually looks pretty good. So that's what we'll do around the rest of the room, and I think the effect is going to be quite nice, and we haven't had to do too many crazy cuts on the tiles. I think this looks pretty good, don't you?
yeah, I've been wanting to try this setup for a while.
Look how nice and inviting our living room looks now. I can't believe we got that done. I'm so happy it's finished. And let me just show you what it looked like when we first bought this place, so about 3 years ago.
De a poquito. Ahí adentro.
¿Estás sacando medio?
Sí.
And then let me just put up here as well what it looked like about 1.5 years ago when we did our last tour. And this is pretty much how it still looked about 6 or 7 months ago as well, because we hadn't done anything really on the living room since then. So yeah, I'm really proud of where we've got to. Obviously, like with everything, it's not completely finished, but it's looking really good, I think. So there's one more theme, or I guess this is more of a tangible goal, actually, that we haven't talked about yet, that we want to try and do this year. And well, the problem that we can see that we're going to have is that Mauro goes back to work full time in a few weeks, and it's obviously going to be pretty difficult to keep the channel going and keep working on projects, looking after Santi, doing the videos and everything, whilst we haven't got 2 people, whilst we're just 1 person doing all of that. The videos are about a part-time, they're equivalent to a part-time job really in time. And that's not counting the stuff that I'm doing, that I'm filming. That's just counting the filming, the editing, keeping on top of like the digital side of things. And if I ever do sponsorships, which I don't often, because that's a lot more work, it's all of that as well. I also write a newsletter once a month, and obviously try and stay active on Instagram and stuff like that. So all of it added together, although a lot of it I would do anyway, it does add up to quite a lot of time, and it's just not going to be possible with me looking after Santi full time, trying to keep on top of the house and all the maintenance and stuff. Like, we're getting to the point where the house and the land and everything is a lot easier to maintain than it was in the past, but it's still not as easy as like a conventional house. There's still a lot of stuff that breaks. There's still just general maintenance, and just day-to-day jobs take up a lot more time than they do for people in like a normal house. There's loads of land management, garden stuff that we would love to be able to be doing, which is really a priority for us, and we just haven't been able to do it so far, and I don't know how we would be able to do it with Mauro working full time and me looking after Santi all the time. Some things of course we can do, but not as much as we would want, and we're just looking at how we can balance all of that basically and what takes priority.
Yeah, I think we talked about it, I think in previous either Q&A or goals videos, which is this balance of money and time, and at this point it's like we're clearly short on time to do the things that we really want to do, which is spend time as a family, take care of Santi, watch him grow up, and also like do all the things that we want to do out here in the farm, and film them and put them on YouTube, which is something that we actually really like and enjoy doing. And we sort of realizing that my job gets in the way of all of that, because it's two hands that are not available for 9 hours of every single day, and it also creates like the need for taking breaks from it, and it's not like I finish work and I'm immediately available to grab the shovel and start digging. So
Definitely.
So yeah, it's something that we're gonna explore during this year, which is see if we can live with less money a month, and see if I can work less and sort of start the transition towards not depending so much on an employer for me, and see if we can grow the channel to like sustain life here and allow us to do all the things that we want to do. We're gonna see pretty soon that we're gonna be working all day, whether it's on my full-time job or you taking care of Santi during the day and then doing all the house chores. And then
it's just not.
the days are gonna be over, and we're not gonna have filmed anything, done anything out there. So we need to find a balance between just sustaining our expenses, which are not high compared to someone living in a city, but we do need more time to do stuff.
We will need, yeah. We've been alright so far, but Mauro's been on paternity leave for the longest time ever. So
Really long time.
So yeah, we would love to kind of switch the balance a little bit more from Mauro working towards the channel, generating a little bit more for us, whatever that looks like. One thing that we would really love to do, if Mauro was working a little bit less, otherwise it's just not going to be possible, but is do 5 or 6 videos a month instead of 4. 1 or 2 of those, like the extra ones, being in Spanish. And I know a lot of people will be really happy about that, so yeah, I really hope we can do that, because every time we do a video in Spanish, which hasn't been for a while now, we get loads of really positive comments from our Spanish followers, so it's something we've been wanting to do for a while, and maybe this is the year that we can make it happen. Maybe there'll be more sponsorships on the cards, I don't know. They are a lot of work. Maybe I'm just not very good at them, but I find them quite a lot of work. But they do provide like a more reliable and bigger like return on your time, I guess, than just making the videos.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's also hard to find products that we're interested in, because like
we don't just
we don't
find
just
it
like
hard to
I just find it hard to justify things that I wouldn't use myself and try to sell them. So I know that it's not a bad thing. It's a business, but it's not something that we want to do. It's okay. I don't think it's a bad thing.
If we can find products that we actually use, which everything we've featured in the video so far we've actually used, and in most cases we've reached out to them and asked them to sponsor us because we'd use the thing anyway. Yeah, if we can do more of that could help us a lot. And Patreon as well, there's steadily been more people supporting us over there, which is amazing. If we can switch the balance a little bit more away from YouTube monetization and more towards Patreon, then that's That's really reliable as well because we know what we're getting every month, and that's a huge help. And yeah, we're really grateful for everyone who supports us over there. So yeah, that's sort of another goal.
You know what would be a good sponsorship? An ophthalmology clinic. That's a product. That's a product I could
That's a
use.
product you need, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's our themes, our goals for 2024. And usually in these videos, we also look back at how we did on the previous year and see whether we achieved everything we wanted to achieve from that year. But let's not do that for 2023.
Oh, Santi has a goal for this year.
Oh yeah.
Learn to walk.
Learn to walk. Yeah.
2024 is the year of learning to walk.
I'm sure he can achieve that.
Yeah, it's a manageable.
Yeah. All right. Someone's
Grumpy.
hungry. Someone wants this video to end, so. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and we will see you soon.
Bye.